So today has been one of those days. We have had some sort of weird electrical shitstorm above our head, or a solar flare directed directly at us because the printer didn't work, and then the dishwasher stopped working, and then my toaster stopped working, and now the bloody fridge looks like it needs regassing. Hideous day. Right, so we're going to do muffins today. I've got two different types of muffins. I've got apple crumble muffins, and I'm going to do cheese, thyme, and pine nut muffins. So we've got sweet and savory. We're going to try and do both of them at the same time, so I've pre-measured everything. In the cheese muffin one, I've got 1 3/4 cups of self-raising flour. I've got a cup of cheddar. I've got a cup of yogurt, and I have some pine nuts. I've got about 2 tablespoons of pine nuts in there. And then I've got cheese for the top, and that's it for that. And then for the apple crumble muffins, I've got a master recipe, which I will post at the end. But you just add whatever it is you want to the muffins, to this master recipe. So I've got chopped apples and cinnamon over here, which is going to go into the mixture. And then I've made a crumble mixture, which I've just compressed together so that it's easy to sprinkle on the top. And that's just oats, flour, sugar, and butter. So let's crack on with this. We are going to cream the butter and the sugar. So I've creamed the butter and the sugar, and now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of yogurt and 2 eggs. And I'm not worrying about it curdling because, you know, it's one of those things that will happen anyway. So now that I've done all the wet ingredients, the dry ingredients, which is the flour, salt, baking powder, and baking soda, or bicarb as we call it, is going in. I'm just going to fold this through. And then I'm going to add the milk, and then I'm going to add my apple. See, this is quite a, it's not stiff, but it's quite a solid consistency. Where's the other one? The cheese one is runnier. Okay. I don't have any muffin holders, so I'm going to take a risk and just do it without. I've made some sort of makeshift ones in the other one, but let's have a look-see. Okay, so we've got 12 full to the sort of brim, and then we're going to put crumble on top of this. And this is going to go into an oven of 220 for 5 minutes, and then we're going to drop the temperature to 175. That's just going to help give it a good rise quickly. And then I've got to quickly mix that one so that that can go in, because that requires slightly less time than this one does. So we're going to put this in. And then we're going to quickly mix this up.
Okay.
The yogurt's going to go in. And this yogurt looks a bit chunky because it was frozen by mistake. So rather than throw it away, it's perfect for something like this because it doesn't matter that it looks a bit chunky. So this one, I'm going to just put into these makeshift things because this one isn't such as good a muffin tin. And I'm recycling my baking paper. At least it stops it burning on the side, on the bottom, or catching, you know. So this is quite a flexible sort of recipe. You know, I mean, like I've added pine nuts to this and fresh thyme, but you can also, you know, add some sun-dried tomatoes, olives, anything like that. So it's quite handy to have a recipe that takes a lot of beating and isn't terribly sensitive. We're going to top this with a little bit of cheese. And then I've got some lovely seeds which I'm going to put on top of that. So you get a little bit of texture and it's quite healthy. What are you grumbling at, Charlie? Okay, so some seeds now. This is a lovely mixture of seeds. Which gives a nice toasty flavor as well. Right. So now we wait 2 minutes and then put them in the oven with the others. Right, so I've just put them in and now we're going to give them 15 minutes and then see what they're like. Right, this has had 15 minutes. I just want to get one out. Oh, and they come out easily. Lovely, there you go. So these are the apple crumble muffins. I just want to take them out because they will stay soggy if they sweat in there. So let's just get them out and let them cool down. Just want to open one up for you to see. So it's beautiful, moist inside, and you can see the bits of apple in there. And then you've got the crumble on the top, so it will not be quite so soft, you know, once they cool down a bit. But I just wanted to double check because they do feel very soft. So I just wanted to double check that they were actually cooked, because even though my knife was coming out clean, you know, I just wanted to check one. So now we know that they are cooked inside and they look fabulous. I'm going to check these. Got to be careful with this because the cheese is going to make it gooey. But I suspect that these need a little bit longer. Okay, let's have a look. These, you can smell the cheese a mile away. But these I'm going to let cool first. It's quite a high ratio of cheese in here. So we need that to kind of solidify a little bit. But I'm going to cut this open just to check that it is actually cooked, but it should be. So these really didn't work well. This is a recipe I've never tried before. Hideous. I don't know what is up with this, but anyway, so I've quickly made another batch of a recipe that I do know, but unfortunately they don't look as sexy because my pine nuts and everything and seeds that are in here I didn't put on here. So these are just literally like cheese scones really, I suppose. but they will have to do. So what I'm going to do with these at a later stage, to try and save them, I'm going to let them dry out a little bit, is I'm going to try and use these in stuffing for a chicken, or like a savory bread pudding. So they won't be wasted. I will make a plan with them somehow, some way. So here we've got the apple crumble muffins and the very unsexy cheese muffins and the failed cheese muffins. So I will put the recipe for the good ones on, obviously, not the crappy ones. But give it a shot. I mean, you can always use these things and learn as you go, like I'm doing. So enjoy it, have fun.